Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Amazon MGM news video. Now, this is going to be a bad news and good news because there's a lot to talk about. So, first, got the bad news that Mr. and Mrs. Smith the series adaptation season two was gone delayed by Prime Video, especially Amazon MGM Studios. The reasons because they had a lot of casting issues because he had to do it to do a new the different cast. The first season had Erskine and Donald Glover. Donald Glover, yes, that Donald Glover. He's a singer and as well as an actor. You know, he appeared in the Lando in the Solo, a Star Wars story movie. So you're familiar with. Um, but they're probably going to recast with the Mark Aidin Enit. Is actually a Russian. I know he's Russian, and Sophie Thatcher of there's for as from the TV series Yellow Jackets, as well as the films from Heretic and Companion, was both all the horror films, and but was cast in the season two. However, for obvious reasons that it got delayed for the due to casting issues and especially creative differences, but and one that also one of the creators will move on to make an HBO series. What I'll talk about in a second minute. So let's do an update from Deadline. The mystery who's to survive the gunfighting with in Mr. and Mrs. Smith season one finale cliffhanger would remain unsolved for the time being. The production on the season series of the Prime Video's popular series has been pushed with the future onset. Sources tell Deadline the delay was due to the casting issues I hear. Um, Arona's and again, I don't know he's Russian, but and the Leo Jack's Sophie Thatcher was cast as a season two in Marvelous Mr. and Mrs. Smith in December and February, respectively. In March 31st, good timing. The day before April 1st. Good timing. April Fool's, that is. And the Amazon NGM Studios produced show received the 222 $4 million tax credit from the California Film Commission for the second season to relocate to Los Angeles from New York, where the first installment was filmed. Referring the actor followed and with Lily Rose Depp. Yes, he's from the Nosferatu movie with Robert Eggers. Director Robert Eggers was amazing. Francisco Sosquisi. Again, I think it's his daughter or something. He's a daughter of Martha Sosquisi, but I'm not sure. Levon Hawk, yeah, well, it's actually another son of the Ethan Hawke, but it's not or not related. But yeah, Rocker Mortar, from the you appear seen in the Alex Collins Warfare movie, not Warfare, Civil War movie. It's a good film. You've seen that? It was pretty much the start alongside Kristen Dunst. It's amazing, and all rumor and Gal Garcia Binat. Um, all rumored for guest star and recurring roles over the summer. But neither wasn't ever confirmed. Sources said the deals had not closed, and the new season, Infinity Iron was out for production starring, is now on Infinity hold. I hear New Regency or New Regency Enterprises, which co-produced with the series with Amazon and GM Studios, hope they to start a pre-production at the end of the year for the 2026 shooting. So it says, a minute delayed, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, showrunner Fazisca Sloan, who created and executive produced this series with Donald Glover, just moved to the HBO with the overhaul deal with the rights of the opening episode or the whole season of the first season of Big Little Lies. Now, I'm going to talk about a second that Big Little Lies was very known the series on HBO, and there's sorry that it was created by the late great Jacques Wallin, and the director of the award-winning or Oscar-winning Academy Award-winning film Dallas Buy Club with Matthew. All right, McConaughey, and along with the other notable films like like a Wild movie with Reese Witherspoon and Laura Dern, as well as the one film with the one movie when the divination film with Jake Gyllenhaal dancing at the New York City and at the town. That's while listening to the music. When it's like we're basically, I want to know that kind of similar. We're watching that the director saw Guardians in the Galaxy movie when the Chris Pratt character is doing the dancing on the mistake, and it's like, you know what? Let's make it inspire that. So, but in the whole movie, that made no sense. Not so. And eventually he became the creator of that, as I mentioned, the Big Little Lies series, as well as in the mini series, the shop offsets with Amy Adams. But unfortunately, it never came. But however, some of the posthumous projects, including the John Lennon and Yoko Ono movie from Universal, but that never came to fruition because eventually he passed away a few years ago. And sadly, that's John Magdalene's and supporters by cast, including Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon, Laura Dern, and a lot of others. So, however, this is pretty much the first season was going to be a tribute to the John McClane because it's going to be this is the one to know that the first season was going to be a tribute to what they started the creator of the show, John McClane. So I hope to see what happens. But well, that's what we'll talk about in another video for another day. So let's continue. The rep of for Amazon decline comment. The delay could impact Mr. and Mrs. Smith's California tax incineration as projects have to be filmed within 18 months of getting awarded credit. There is still time. Additionally, major series, especially relocating ones, tended to get a new credit should they miss the window in ignorating of the original one. And yes, I was to prefer the 2005 original film of the same name with Brad Pitt and Engineer Jolie. So yeah, and season one of Mr. and Mrs. Smith following the two lonely strangers, Donald Glover and Maya Erskine, um, who have the post as a married couple as they both begin a new careers as spies. Alias and taking on a new alias, Mr. and Mrs. Small, John and Jane Smith. And the season ended with the John and Jane getting into the gunfight, leaving the unclear whether they survive. Um, Amazon, the creator and the show creators have remained monthly on the creator plan for the series, which is based on the new releases produced 2005 movie starring Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. Before, yes, this is before become an affair and then began dating and eventually married. So that's a media outlets, everyone. But still, this is released from 20th Century Fox back when he was relevant. Anyway, for the 1 year deal is the lead's point of the to the Portesio anthology format and with a different story and it launches different characters each season. Season one premiered in February, was 2 years ago. I mean, or rather last year. Um, and become the top five new Amazon new series debut from Prime Video in the United States at the time. It landed at 60 Emmy nominations, including the Outstanding Drama Series and the lead actor and actress in the drama series from Gromer and Iskin, winning the two trophies. Including the guest actress in the drama series from Michaela Cole. Yeah. So yeah. So sad that one of the Mrs. Smith season two was got delayed because of production gone pushed forward, and one of the creator and showrunner, and especially his executive producer. Let's move on to make the Big Little Lies season three from HBO, since this is marked a tribute to the late great John McClane, who's a creator of that show. So I'm not sure the casting choices, including the Mark and the Sophie Thatcher, will appear in the season two. But we'll see. Well, this is going to be in a different cast, and even but Maya and Donner remain as in off-screen different kind of universe. Like it's kind of this tell series like way. So it's like the Picture Copra thing, but the series. But we'll see. But if Mrs. Smith was proving profitable at Prime Video, it become the new strategy at Prime Video after NGN Amazon bought NGM 2 years in 2022. Was it 2 years ago? 2 years prior. So I think the season two or of Mrs. Smith got delayed, and or maybe straight up canceled entirely because there's pretty much got a lot of got a mixed response or even okay response. I mean, and at one point, that originally Phoebe Robert Bridge was going to be starred, but it dropped out for obvious reasons because you see her in the new recent Indiana Jones movie that nobody saw. But still, I see what happened, but I hope Mrs. Smith was not going to be canceled as well. But I will see what happened. But these two actors, including Mark and Sophie Thatcher, will remain as the season two cast. So we will see. But for me, I hope to see what happens. But even I know this is. I think I mean, I also mentioned that the Mrs. Smith, Mr. and Mrs. Smith series was used to be in a parallel universe. We used to be on the Disney Plus and Hulu, or through Star and internationally, was might be produced through 20th TV since the 20th Century Studios, formerly 20th Century Fox, will already distribute the 2005 Mr. and Mrs. Smith movie. So I'm not sure that the producers of the movie, like, hey, and especially the lead per Disney executives, including Bob Iger, saw like, yeah, I know that whenever that movie um, almost 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago, that people care about that these two actors, Maya and Donald, got dating or married or affair. Like, I don't care. This is not. I could be a no. I don't know, but this got problems. So yeah, that's what you know. So we'll see what happens if the season two was gone. Restarting production in coming months. Who knows? Now let's go on into good news because Bishop Christ, Joe Kinnaman was on board to start in the crime drama series Bishop. Order was on board on Prime Video and Amazon MGM Studios, and of course Verico Entertainment. Now, if you don't know what Verico Entertainment is, if you were mentioned on my last video over the different segment, film and TV news, that Verico Entertainment was led by Roy Lee. His general producer was formed between like some others like Peter Safran and Jason Blum. Latter was a funding of Blumhouse. Now, if you don't know, he's well-known films from the projects that I'm familiar with, like the Martin Scorsese's The Departed movie, Lego Movie franchise, and the Ennio Morricone's It movies. But the reason, but and also the executive producer of the or producer, I don't know, of the Netflix animated film Pneumonia. Yes, Pneumonia. Yeah, I'm sorry. If you know, this movie is originally set up at Blue Sky Studios for 20th Century Fox, later 20th Century Studios, but Disney bought the Fox 20th Century Studios thing, and eventually they shut down Blue Sky Studios immediately, and then eventually the former Blue Sky executives founded Annapurna Animation via Annapurna Pictures and acquired the film, and eventually lit on Netflix, and was pretty much become the most successful animated film that isn't K-pop Demon Hunters, but this is back in 2023. But in a more recent year, 2025, there is a five groundbreaking films that are familiar, including Companion, a micro movie, David S. Sandberg, Until Dawn, and Zach Krieger's Ribbons, and of course, more recent one, Francis Lawrence, The Long Walk. Now, three of which was from Warner Brothers Pictures through the subsidiary New Night Cinema, and one was via distributed by Sony Pictures from under Screen Gems label, and then the last one was from Lionsgate. So this is a pretty good year from Mr. Lee. He's a prolific genre producer who's been for a long, long time. He's been a couple of recent films. Oh, I'm gonna mention Bob Ian. It was a Zach Cruz's directorial film. Yeah, it was a film. It got received well, and it's released through 20th Century Studios. It's not really, even here in Sweden, not released in theaters, rather released on Disney Plus under Star. So it's another. I'm also the one I mentioned on my last video that he also co-founded with the Spooky Pictures, Joe Veteran with the Imagination Abu Dhabi, who was notable films like The Watcher and Late Night with the Devil. So the latter was more solid, and holy crap, this is more one of the good horror films that came out the year. along with Doctor Me, was led by Wrecker guys, the Wrecker brothers. Anyway, yeah, I mean the Filippo brothers. I'm sorry. So since after the second year that released or vehicle was the second year, that's probably going to go on to making more TV projects, and one of which is going to be we're working the same company who worked in the Amazon Prime Video series then. So the game will go to do another greenlit to another series from the vehicle and Amazon MGM, well, it's the Bishop. That's right. This is first reporting for deadline. Prime Video has to give the official series green light to Bishop, a original thriller drama starring Joel Kimmerman. It comes from the co-creators and executive producers of Little Marvin, then from the TV series, then, and Tony Seisman, Texas Resurrection. That's a good series if you're familiar with. He's a as in revival of Dexter was on air on Showtime and on HBO Max. So at the time when the Paramount Skydance merger was completed, before and after, so that's that Vehicle and Amazon and GM Studios. And Kinnaman was also headlines the Apple TV Plus sci-fi drama series for All Mankind, whose upcoming fifth season is awaiting a premiere date. It is unclear where he could both do the both series. Apple TV Plus has not said whether, well, actually, the Apple TV Plus executives has not said whether season five of For All Mankind will be the last. The fate of the Kinnamus character on the alt history space race drama is also unknown. I think that's the reason that the same streamer who did the new season of Ted Lasso, and especially the new season of The Morning Show. But however, they were become filming, and as you know, that one of the start of the morning show, Reese Witherspoon was supposed to get filming begin in season five of the morning show begin with Jennifer Aniston. However, Witherspoon had no time to do filming I think to begin filming or after the script was casting choices to begin of the Big Little Lies season three. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, and for mankind for all mankind was pretty much become popular, like in the same thing, like say um, the Dead Lasso and the Morning Show. So anyway, in Bishop, homicide detective Bishop Graves Kinnaman, of course, played by Joe Kinnaman, Predator Battle the Scare would put out of his skills to the test and hunt of the brutal killer targets San Francisco's money class. At this increasingly audacious killer develops at the vote formally among the city's partners. Patient become committed. There is murder connected back to the SF more powerful man and his own father, Lincoln Graves. Now, it's like a good be like a True Detective meets Dexter kind of way. Like I know it's pretty much familiar. True Detective was on HBO series was pretty much start, and it starts one of the actors like Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson, Colin Farrell, and of course Jodie Foster. So you're familiar with that show, and I probably want to see on HBO, and especially the recent season on HBO Max. So I know this is pretty much the base. This is the original. It's not the based on the true story, but this is more like more the direction that this is going to be like I said, true detective meets Dexter. So I think that's not going to be more different than usual. So it's not even like we're watching this like watching SWAT series or even the movie. Um, because it's not like we're watching the movie, maybe curious about the police detective. It's not even the movie called The Rookie series, not a movie, but it's pretty much the no people saw on the ABC. It was a recent season, was probably cameo by Pete Davidson for all places. So yeah, the project was going to on the runaway for this series only in the late spring with Kinnaman as a choice for the title character. Over the summer, there was a on and off conversation with the 80s actor for the Lincoln role. That is not Andrew Lincoln for Walking Dead. Carl. what is a ultimately fell through? So that's not like say Matthew McConaughey or Colin Farrell or even Denzel Washington. Okay, he's a movie actor, not a TV actor. So yeah, Lena Mulder served as the songwriter of a patient, which is she's an Saltman executive producer along with vehicles Lori and Min Yoon. Yeah, both of the Asian people because Min Yoon is probably known. He's known the producer with Copenhagen since 2017. He's hired as a except when the co is one of the executive and also the executive producers and producer of that content. More recent in the Rappers movie, and according to IMDb, it's also noteworthy that he's want to be the Drew Barrymore's assistant. That makes no sense. I'm not sure that makes no sense. But anyway, the project stems from the leading Marvin's overhaul deal at Amazon and GM Studios. It is the second project script under the pack following then. What have gone on to the series, the horror and justice drama then ran to two seasons. And I'm not sure the first season was gone unconfirmed, but who knows? Anyway, and Nick Pepper, head of the U.S. Streaming video on demand TV and derivative series from Amazon and GMCU, said, Darren Melvin and Tony Saltzman have the creator of the true electric crime drama. We are thrilled to see Joe Kinnaman bring the traditional Detective Bishop Graves to life, paired with the outstanding collaborations Ro Lee and Mini Yoon for Vehicle and Bishop to poise to the not catch up, capacity and surprise our global Prime Video consumers. So yeah, he's been on, and also he appeared on another project, Conan Star alongside Elizabeth Moss and Kerry Washington for the upcoming Apple TV Plus limited series Imperfect Woman. So that's that, and I will see what happens. Even this is pretty much, and it's pretty much cool. I think I mentioned that Joe Kinnaman was quite a relationship with the Apple TV Plus for the few projects. So it might be get better like a global appeal. Name is well known in Sweden. You've seen in Snap a Cash movies, and especially when they went to the Netflix series. So it probably, yeah. In fact, Koyman was killed off character because it didn't take it place in same universe. So go watch Snap a Cash series on Netflix. But this is going to be interesting. Like I said, this is going to be like say True Detective, SWAT, and the Dexter vibes on this series. But I hope to see what happens at Amazon, MGM, and Verico, and especially a team who creator who did a TV series then. But if you were to know, Verico was also working on the other projects over Amazon MGM, including the movie adaptation, feature length video game adaptation movie of the Sins movie with Karen Heron, one of the direct and executive producer of the first season of the Disney Plus MCU series. Loki was also co-produced with Lucky Chap and EA, of course. So yeah, I think that the proof in the sex after, like, say, a macro movie, Companion, Weapons, and especially Weapon and A Long Walk, I think Laura Rowley and the Vehicle Entertainment Company was pretty much the expanded kind of said becoming the successor year and expect further on the film and TV set. Now, I hope we see what happens. So, if this, it might be casting choices. Maybe Robert Patrick will go on board too. Who knows? But will be joining as her father, like did with Peacemaker series over on HBO Max. It was actually DCU series, so there's that. I'm not sure that, so we'll see. But still, I haven't known the casting choices yet, but no will be a showrunner or directors yet. So we'll see what happens. So that's good news for them. And so there's bad news and good news from over at Prime Video and Amazon and GM Studios. I'm looking forward to see these projects. Except for that, where we got delayed, we begin the production maybe next year, but who knows? But that's what Bishop crime drama series will be on board soon. So who knows? But we'll wait and see what happens. That concludes this video for today. Amazon NGN's news for now. So let me know what you think. Comment below and comment, share your friends. Like this video, share your friends, and don't forget to subscribe and ring your notification bell. And I'll see you guys in my next video. And remember, keep watching on One Amy.